How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We've finally done it. We have finally got a Su-57 Felon here from Hobbymaster. So he wants any second scale diecast, of course. Our local online shop did have one on sale, so I managed to score one for around 200 Australian dollars, which is pretty good considering they normally are closer to $300 here in Australia, which is just insane. But I've got those cheaper ones which are in a more traditional livery. Our particular model here is the Bandit one. As you can see, it is not a traditional livery. This is in the special livery from the Rogue Nation Air Force, as seen in the Top Gun Maverick movie. Now, this is our very first HM Su-57, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. So what we'll do is we'll quickly get this open and start having a look at it. All right, here we have it out of the box. All right, so it does have some... Okay, that's the decals that you do get if you want to put it in the Rogue Nation. So there is a stand stuck to the foam top. Actually, we'll just leave that there. So there is something in here which I'm maybe assuming is the instructions. Let's have a little look. All right, so these are... more... okay, so you've got decals there for the Rogue Nation. And then there's separate decals here if you want to put Russian stars on it. It's kind of hard to see, but you know what I mean. All right, let's check out the model because that's what we really want to see. Holy shit. Well, that does look freaking awesome, though. Whew. It is very well protected. Let us have a little look. We will check this out first. Oh, man, this looks absolutely awesome. Wow. So you do have a little baggie in the sides here that does have all the ordnance, which we will have a little look at in a moment. On the other side will no doubt be, yes it is, so all your landing gear and weapons bay doors and a little cradle for the stand as well. Let's just move this out of the way and start checking out this awesome model first, straight out of the box. I will zoom in so you can see some of these sweet looking details. Wow. That is nuts. Check out that. Yeah, man, that is awesome. How insane is that? So it's got some, a little bit of engine detail in there. It's really deep. You can hardly see in there. It's so hard. The camera's actually having trouble focusing on this. That's how good the stealth capability on this is. This looks insane. So does this... Oh, okay, that removes. Check out that great looking detail in there. All the gauge detail. Mad. It's got some nice seat detail in there. That looks positively insane. The clear on this is really nice as well. Look at that. Crazy. Yeah, I am blown away. It is a really nice model. It's got a little bit of weight to it too, so that is good. We will know the exact weight shortly. So underneath, it's got all the options to put your landing gear options and your ordnance. That does look absolutely insane. Yeah, all right, what we'll do, we'll stop looking at this like this. We will set this up in flight and we'll come right back. All right, we are back with this set up for in-flight. Very straightforward. You do get a gear bay door and a gear bay door and a gear bay door that you do have to put in. They do have their notches in there for when you want to pull it out with the tool that you do get provided and when you want to change it to gear down. So same with your weapons bay doors. You put them in. There's a little notch down there as well for when you want to pull them out to have the weapons bay doors open. In flight, obviously, you can't have these open. There are no instructions, so I hazard a guess on how the loadout would be. With the external fuel tanks, I thought they'd be on the inboard pylons with the missile on the outboard. If I'm wrong, don't yell at me. That's just the way I thought it would be set up. You do have the big stand hole in there. That is a round circle with some slits on the side of it. So it does have a cradle stand that has to slot into there. which we will have a look at in a moment. But this is your sweet-looking Su-57. Obviously, no markings, though. You do get that choice. So if you want to put some Russian stars on it or the Rogue Nation markings on, that is your choice. But, yeah, I reckon this does look pretty awesome. You do get another 4 of these missiles right there for when you have this open. You'll be slotting those in there. But if you're having it in flight, you'll have these sort of spare because they're the exact same pylon. So you can take those tanks off and have 4 missile loadout instead if you want to have it all for air-to-air and a shorter range. But, yep, like it. To put on the stand, so let's have a little look. So this is the stand that you do get. The centerpiece is metal, that's plastic, and the base is plastic. So you've got your round... Oh, that looks square. Okay, we're going to be trying to put a square peg in a round hole, really. That's, yeah, that's weird. Okay. Let's see. No, that... Oh, God. No, that does... that does not want to go in, so let us have a little look. Alright, if we take that off and we have a little look at this, so that is, as you can see, square. That is definitely square. Let's see if we can force the issue into that round hole. That is round, unless I'm seeing things. Feel free to tell me if that's not round. We'll just try. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. All right. You've got to push really hard to actually get that in. So you've actually got to put that in separately. Don't put the stand together. I would recommend forcing it in now. I don't know how easy that's going to be to get back out again. Shit. Well, we'll cross that path for when we want to do gear down. But, yeah, that is how you're going to have to put it on the stand. So, yeah, that's really weird how it's a square sort of... And in the model, it's a round hole with the slots. That is damn strange. So we can just put the rest of the stand on, I suppose. And something just dropped off. That'll be the canopy. There we go. Wow. Not a huge fan of the stand. But we'll put that canopy back on. Don't want our pilot getting cold. And speaking of pilots, this is the pilot figure that you do get. It is pretty much all green and with a little bit of black detail on the head. So, yeah, not a huge amount of detail on the pilot. It's pretty generic. But that is your Felon set up for in-flight. Not a huge fan of the stand. Big fan of the model. But, yeah, that stand is a little bit of a pain in the ass to put in. I'm not sure if it's just maybe an issue with my one. They did the top of the stand wrong during the manufacturing. But, hey, this is my first one, so I'm going on what I'm seeing with my first one. If you do have one of these models or one of the other Hobby Master versions, feel free to drop a comment below in if you've got the same issue with your stands and the hole differences and the stand part difference. That would be awesome to know. All right, well, this is this beautiful beast set up for in-flight. That's enough of looking at that. I want to check this out, gear down, and all opened up so we can check out the weapons bays and everything like that. We'll chuck it on the scales as well and see how much this beast does weigh. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, here we have it set up for a gear down. Obviously, we will have a little bit of a close look at this. So the nose wheel is just one complete module. You just drop straight in. It does not roll. Same with the main wheels, they don't roll. That is a piece you push in right there, and then there's a little gear bay door that you drop in on either side. Very straightforward. The weapons bay doors, very small-fingered friendly. So if you've got fat fingers like me, you may have troubles because the missiles are quite close together, so you may need some tweezers or just some luck, and you push them in. They go in pretty easy, so there's no stress in that. And then with your weapons bay doors, you've just got to slide them in very carefully, and they go in nicely, so there's no hassle in pushing them in, which is really good. And then you've got the block off for the stand hole as well, so that is very, very straightforward. Yeah, that's how it's set up, all opened up very, very nicely. I can't really see any details inside the intakes either. The actual canopy does slide back into another position, so you can have it in the open position too. That is another nice option. That is why you don't get sort of a spare open canopy or anything like that. You just push it back till it stops, and that is your open position, and it sits there nicely, obviously, as you can see. It does not drop off. Now I reckon this does look absolutely fantastic. It is a big beast for sure. Actually, we'll zoom out a fraction. But I think if you're after a Su-57 from Hobbymaster, you will not be disappointed with the quality of the model. For me, it was all about the price. So it was never a hesitation about how good the model was going to be. It was about me trying to get one at a reasonable price here where I am. And of course, one thing we need to do is get this beast on the scales. So let us do that right now. Bring out these scales and see how much this Felon does weigh. All right. So 561 grams, which is not, let's just put on some weight. 562 grams, which is not too bad for the model. I mean, it's not a small model. The size of the model is fairly large, so you will not be disappointed when you do get one about what you're holding in your hands. We will do a comparison video between the Toribo cheapy one that we did and the WLTK cheapy one that we did, and compare them to what you're sort of paying and what you're getting when compared to this beautiful Hobbymaster rendition here. All right, everyone, I'll wind up the video by saying thank you very much for dropping past as per usual. Don't forget, if you enjoyed what you see, some of these my way would be awesome. Drop a comment in the comments below if you've got something to say, and always feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do that. All right, once again, thank you so much for watching, and you all have an awesome rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.